Actually, it was Mark's concert a few weeks ago, and we raised money for that. And part of the money that we raised, we wanted to give back to the community, to any kind of activity, event that was going on, or initiative. And what we decided was to do Youth Opportunities Unlimited. And as part of that, we thought it might be interesting for you to know what they're doing in this end of the city, and what we actually donated the money to. So I'm going to ask Jamie Lee Arsenault. You got it right? And she's going to talk to you about what she does in relation to that, and maybe it'll excite you to do some more. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jamie Lee and I work with YOU, and I'm really pleased to be here for both services this morning to thank you folks for raising funds through Giants of the Piano, which I heard was a great success. I'm going to inform you a little bit about why those funds are so important for us. You might be seeing Youth Opportunities Unlimited in the news now more than ever before, and that's because we're in a bit of a rapid expansion period to hopefully try to meet the needs of local youth who are slipping through the cracks in our community right now. So Russ at the back is going to walk us through this PowerPoint. You can switch the slide, Russ. Thanks. So for those that don't know, Youth Opportunities Unlimited is a local nonprofit that helps youth 15 to 29 in our community. And I'll let you know about what we're currently doing largely downtown in case you know of any youth that need some help with anything. We see youth who may not have supportive family, may struggle with education and employment, and on the more extreme side of things, might be sleeping outside at night and experiencing homelessness, extreme poverty, mental health struggles, addiction struggles, the list goes on. YOU aims to be a safe place that all these young people can come to get help. And we started out too as an organization in the 80s of 6 employees that just wanted to help youth with employment. We've grown to a staff team of 70 though, because we realize that youth can't get or keep jobs if they don't have a roof over their head or food in their bellies, or they're really struggling with their wellness in some way. So we help youth in a very wraparound way, and young people can literally walk into our doors Monday through Friday. So if you know someone that you want to connect with us, feel free to give us a call or just pop in anytime really, okay? So we're building a shelter in this neighborhood, which I too myself live in this neighborhood, so I'm excited for it. We're building on Culver Drive off of Clark Road between Dundas and Oxford Street. And why are we building there? Right now, YOU has housing for youth. So 30 youth live with us at any given time, and we're expanding to have 70 housing units. But that's not going to meet the needs of all youth. And if we don't have a safe place for youth to stay on any given night, they're going to stay in shelters that are serving adults. And that means that someone who's 16, 17, 18 is going to be sharing a room with someone who potentially has been chronically homeless, like as an adult, and they share bedrooms with 6 people. And that's just not safe or decent in our minds. Youth have unique needs and need a safe place to go. So on that note, we are building a shelter on Clark Road, which will have 30 beds that if a young person needs a place to stay tonight, they can stay there. Shelter is not a home. It's a safe place to stay while we find you a home. So once they enter into shelter, we'll be able to say, okay, where would you like to live? How can we help you find a place to live? And then support you from your own home. Because we believe that everyone has a right to housing. That's just a basic human right. So who's going to be staying there? Youth 16 to 24 who currently have no place to live. And we did hear some concerns from the neighborhood, I think around security and safety. But it's really important to shift the lens that statistically 76% of these young people who are going to stay with us, we know, have experienced 2 different forms or more of abuse in their life. So these are victims themselves who have either been physically, emotionally, sexually abused, whatever the case might be, that need a safe place to stay. And this is where they're going to be staying. This is a picture of what the shelter will look like. It's going to be a beautiful new building. People will have individual bedrooms there, and it's going to be pet friendly too, because we know a lot of youth choose to sleep outside because their animal's the one thing that they really have to feel safe and share companionship with. So this is from above. You can notice in the back there, we're going to have a private courtyard. So youth aren't going to have to hang around on Clark Road and not have a sense of privacy. They're going to have a safe courtyard in the back, and we're pleased to have a community garden there too, which I'll also mention before I'm done. And that's the back courtyard area. What is the day in the life of a youth staying in shelter going to look like? We've heard a lot of these questions from the community. Youth will be able to come and go. So right now, to stay in an adult serving shelter, you need to check in by 3 or 4 p.m. largely, or else your bed is given up. And we know youth can't go to school or go to work or do other good things if they have these time restrictions. So youth will be coming and going throughout the day. Largely, though, that's going to be with a housing worker who's helping them to do things to find housing, like get a bank account, go visit with landlords, get their IDs, help them through all those steps. And we're not going to be running a lot of programming at the shelter itself because we don't want youth to get too comfy there. The goal is within 30 days we'll have them housed. So also too, some people might want to come and check out the shelter and maybe get involved in some way. So how could you do so? We'll be open in June of this year, and we're going to have a grand opening for the community. So if you'd like to be notified of when that will be, feel free to reach out to us and get in touch. You can come and see it. And then moving forward, things that the community can do to support youth staying in shelter, food and meals is such a great way to get involved. We will be looking for help in that capacity. With the community garden, I spoke to a couple people this morning who are avid gardeners. We would welcome the support of people to help with this garden, as well as help with driving, donations, and volunteering their time in other ways. So there's no pressure on this, but if you'd like to learn more and get involved, feel free to reach out to me. And I think my contact information is there. And I'm afraid I have to take the money and run because we have another fundraiser downtown that I have to get to. So just on behalf of YOU, thank you so much for listening today. Thank you so much for your support, and know that we'd really welcome you to get involved more if there's interest.
And I hope there's a lot of interest. It's really exciting. In terms of safety, everybody gets worried about that, but those children are around us all the time. It's just, this will be a safe place for them. It's not like they're coming from other parts of the city or anything. There's people who find housing behind our church and in the morning come out from the place back there, and it's not safe. It's just really not. And so the other thing besides giving people money is we can give volunteer time and hours, and I hope people do that. Jamie, it's so glad to have you here. I'm going to give you a hug. Thank you so much for all you do.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Not late.